welcome to
the Professors. We ain't crazy. We're licensed.
What the fuck we are.
Right.
We're a little bit crazy. I'm Dr. Mark Brana, licensed clinical professional counselor.
Casey Casillas Nichols,
Head bitch in charge.
HBIC.
All right. Shamika Green, Tesla Queen.
Blazing
hot mocha.
Listen,
Licensed marriage and family therapist. Thank you.
how blazing is that? Is that MFT?
She is Tom on MySpace's blazing hottest friend.
Listen, we've been laughing about this shit for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
15 to
last
20
15
minutes,
minutes. Okay, let me tell you how they played me because I told them my MySpace name
So
was...
back up. Nobody played you.
First
This
of all-
information was divulged voluntarily and somewhat proudly.
Yeah,
Proudly.
I concur.
So I let my peeps know that my MySpace name was Blazing Hot Mocha. And it won't let me live it down. So
Wait, and IG.
here it is. And IG, yeah, at some
Was
point.
it both at one point?
No, it was just Blazing
Let me-
Hot Mocha.
No, I know, but was it Blazing Hot Mocha on MySpace and IG?
Yeah, double
Boy.
cup. It was serious.
And so to be clear, the conversation leading up to that had nothing to do with MySpace or Instagram.
Or what the handle was, I don't think. Yeah.
Just random.
We're like talking about kids or something. She goes, on MySpace, my name was Blazing Hot Mocha.
Heavy on the Z.
Blazing Hot Mocha.
All right, we're back.
It's just like,
So welcome everybody. It's been a little bit. Our holiday show going in
Yes.
and also celebrating a full calendar year of the Professors. We ain't crazy. We're licensed.
Yes, come on.
Over 1,000 downloads.
That's dope.
We're on all platforms and growing.
Yes.
And just kind of looking at that, what are some of the memories you guys have from this past year and doing the Professors?
Oh, that's easy. I remember the first episode. Man, first episode is dope. I think that's our top one, right?
Yeah, that
From the
one has
list?
the most downloads.
Yeah, the most downloads. That one was it was long as fuck though. It was long.
Correct.
I think that's the longest one, but that one sticks out to me because we just did it. Like we
Yeah.
was
Right.
like, fuck it, we're here. And it was dope. It was
Yeah.
funny. It was, the first one.
I don't even think I have like an actual one.
Okay.
The only thing that it just makes me is just like when we're on a topic and we completely go left and it's so
Right.
wild. Those are my favorite times.
Yeah. And I would agree. I don't know that I have one
We do go
specific
left.
memory, but one of the things that always stands out for me is some of the things that come out of the episodes. Shamika's Do It Afraid when we were talking about the fear of success.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And some of those things really stand out. And it's interesting because those come out of nowhere.
Right.
They just they organically come up in the moment and
They just blaze on through.
they blazing hot mocha with the wisdom.
Right.
the
Come and see
wisdom.
me. Come and see me.
But they just happen so organically. And it's really, some of the feedback we've gotten on the show has a lot to do with those moments specifically.
Yeah.
Some of the feedback we got on the show is, could you guys stop going so far left? Because we actually want to hear
Boy, see,
the topics.
Listen.
Because sometimes we just forget to completely go back. That's
there was one episode where we just never did.
Yeah, we
I was like,
Oh, you talking about the one we scrapped?
I don't
No. This one
Oh.
went live,
Yeah.
but like we went way
Yeah, like
Really?
left.
we did not talk about anything on that.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
And by the way, we'll revisit that topic and try to stay on track again at some point.
Yeah.
But those are the moments to me that really I've had a lot of fun doing this with you guys. And what has stood out the most are just those nuggets of wisdom that have come out of this.
Yeah.
So what is your guys' favorite parts about doing this?
We just be us. You know what I mean? And to just kick it real shit. But the sharing of stories, I think that's the big one of me, of like, we don't rehearse. People might
At
not
all.
know that at all, which
So,
they
like,
may
we
know.
can tell this.
Maybe.
They're like, no, that was pretty apparent on the first
Well,
episode.
fuck you.
And the
So-
second and the third.
Whatever. So, but we literally we'll just have a topic, but it gels, it mesh, you know, and
Yep.
we just do it and we make it work. So, you know.
I think that attests to like who we are, like to each other though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Right,
we're
right.
able to just like be us and like
Yes.
we pretty much know everybody's temperature in here.
Yeah.
So it's not like
yeah.
Yeah.
somebody's gonna get offended or
Right.
somebody's gonna, you know, come out with some fuck shit or whatever.
Right. Yeah, and I think my favorite part of the show is just getting to do this. And the fact that what, you know, leading up to before we ever recorded this, you know, this was what we would do
At
periodically
brunch,
at
lunch.
brunch or going out after a semester
Yeah.
and everything, mostly talking some shit about students because they deserve it.
Fuck them.
But you know, this is how it is, and bringing other people into this has been really fun because, you know, people get to see us in a different light. You know, those students that
Yeah.
happen to listen and enjoy the show, and there's a few of them. You know, they get to see like myself and you guys too that have been their professors in a different light.
Yeah. That's true.
On that note, I hired some new people and one of them brought up the 909 podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And she's like, "Oh, I heard you. And
Oh,
now I'm going to listen to
gosh.
the professors." And I'm like a deer in the headlights. And I'm just like, you know what? I stand by this though, because
Is this
then,
someone I know?
no,
Oh wow. Okay.
no, but it's a different type of position job. So they're not a therapist.
I like all positions.
Oh, boy.
see, this is
That's
what
how
they're
this
saying.
shit starts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bring it back. This is not a holiday
Let's
special.
Let's not forget
Yeah.
about Blazing Hot Mocha. Bringing that up.
Listen, Santa's not having that
Every-
right now.
Saint has a past. Okay. Thank you.
Another nugget of wisdom.
Thank you. There you
We'll
go.
take it.
But bringing people into this and let them getting to see us in a different light, and people in the mental health field that get to see us in a different light, because there's some other therapists that listen to this show and they like the show, and I've gotten feedback where they're like, I was shocked, like especially the ones that know me. They're like, I didn't see that, you know, because if I'm at a
Yeah.
training or I know them, or they don't know me personally, you know, I usually sit very quiet and very kind of stoic, just paying
Mhm.
attention to it. Because what some people may not know is some therapists are a real stick in the mud, have no sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I have this uncanny ability to say the wrong thing to the wrong crowd
No way.
and not read the room.
this guy? You?
Shocking as it is. And so I've learned in professional settings, I will sit there quiet and say nothing.
Yeah.
And I guess that gives a very different vibe on who I am. And so when they've listened to the show, they're like, I did not expect that from you
I
at
can
all.
see that. I
Yeah.
can see that. I think our episode of what was it? Fuck Your Life Coach or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the spiciest one. Like, I feel like for real.
That was our
it
that
really
was our-
came crazy.
That
was
Sheila
our-
with the stone.
Mhm.
diss track. Straight
Yeah.
diss track.
It was.
Ether.
That was our Fuck with Dre track.
It was. It was crazy.
Yeah. So that's been definitely one of my favorite parts of doing this, on top of really just, you know, getting to hang out with you guys and kind of do this in a different type of setting where,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's not just contained with us and other people get to relate to this,
Right.
you know? So that's definitely been a highlight for me.
Yeah. I love it here.
So what are you guys looking forward to in the next year?
We always go up. We go harder. I mean, I don't know. Well, I'm on a different
what she
journey.
said.
I'm on a different path. So I'm
Mhm.
looking for all things new, you know?
Mhm.
So that's just where I am. And it's
Okay.
going to be beautiful. It always is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I had an epiphany today when I was taking a shower of everything that I wanted to accomplish this year. I was able to do that. And it
Which
was
is badass.
yeah, which
Plus
is
more.
yeah, with this getting of this new contract and being able to give people like livable wages
Mhm.
instead of what they were getting before, and then being able to provide a second chance for like some clients that I used to have way back when, my
Mhm.
reentry clients, and then some now that are homeless that are actually going to be able to work, and somebody
That's
giving them a
big.
shot. Like I've always been a big believer in like giving people shots,
Mm.
or like when a person comes right out of school, like, yeah,
Right.
let's mold them, let's try it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like my entire life has been people just giving me a shot
Yeah.
Oh,
of,
damn.
of everything. So like I want to be able to pay that forward. And this
Yeah.
year I definitely did.
That's
There's some-
badass.
And sometimes it like backfires and
It's
gets you in the
going to.
face. And is yeah, but more times or not, it always, I mean, it pans out for what it is. And I'm grateful for the time that it's good for that. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did your 1-2 thing this year.
Yeah.
You better
Yeah.
speak it. What
I
about
get-
you, Mark?
So I guess I'm just looking forward to seeing us, as far as the podcast goes, really just grow the show. Every episode we hone in a little bit more on who we are. We get a little bit better. It develops a little more, and I'm just looking to see where we go with this, because I love doing this with you guys. Career wise, always looking for the next step forward, the next step up.
Yeah.
And this coming year, just doing more of that, trying to balance out, get that work, family balance, keep that
Okay.
in check, spend time with my kids, wife too, if she wants to, I'm just saying, sometimes she's not so happy. It's not my fault all the time.
It's not my fault. Oh,
I'm just kidding. She's a saint.
I'm about to walk out for her.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping on the couch after she hears that. But just working to looking to just create that balance, and I'm looking forward to this next year, because my goal every year, I don't make New Year's resolutions, but my goal every year is for this year to be a little bit better than the last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I concur.
So
Yeah.
so before we get into the holiday stuff, just kind of want to point attention to the pins you guys are wearing, and this bookmark that was created by one of our
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
fans, Daphne.
What's up, Daphne?
What up,
Thank you,
Dad?
Miss Daphne.
Thank you.
I
very, very,
appreciate
very,
it.
very much.
I got the Tesla Queen.
I
That
got
is me.
HBIC.
And
Boy, very subtle. I love
And
this.
I got this wonderful bookmark that I'm actually now afraid to put in a book because I don't want to ruin it and everything. But it's got my name like personalized on it, and it was really sweet, and it's really nice.
You don't
know?
put it in your office?
I keep it at home
Oh, you
because
do?
I
Oh, okay.
really I don't want to ruin it, and so it's
Right.
like if there's some books that I've been reading, and I'm like, oh, I need to put a bookmark, and I look, and I'm like, I don't want to do that because I'm afraid the lettering or something is going to come
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I should use it. That would be the practical thing to do.
I bet you there's a million cats out there that don't even know what a bookmark is.
Maybe.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
'cause we're old.
Well, see,
Well, I mean, that's
let's not
true.
end this year on like we old as fuck.
It feels like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, just real quick. Because my son was telling me he was in school, and
Raise it
the
up.
teacher said to one of the students, like, yeah, like Pimp My Ride. You remember that show?
Pin my ride
Oh, I
Do you
yeah.
not?
with
Oh,
exhibit.
I was about
What
to
is
say.
X
Yeah,
to the
was it-
Z?
And the kid
Please,
was like,
yeah.
what?
Oh.
She said he was like, the teacher felt like, you don't know that? He was like, no.
Yeah, because it hasn't been on for like 10 to 15 years.
Wild.
But I still was like, what? Like, it just feels like everybody
Right.
should know.
Well, I
mean,
had
yeah.
I had one of those moments recently because like I was driving home, and normally on my commute home, I'm listening to like old rock if I'm not listening to something on audiobook, right? So I'm listening to the old rock station. The song comes on, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's like my high school shit, right? And then I realized the station I'm listening to, I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
it's on the oldie station.
This fucking one. This
Some
straight
bullshit.
disrespectful. Let's get into the Christmas. I don't even want to talk about it
Yeah.
no more. Like,
Yeah,
straight
fuck it.
disrespect.
So what are some of the holiday traditions you guys grew up with?
Ooh.
Traditions?
Back to
I'll-
blazing hot mocha.
I'll say one of my traditions, but I think it was more like when I became independent. Well, no. Back then too. Like always going to the movies with my cousins
Okay.
or whatever on Christmas Day. That was always.
Oh,
It was like Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, whenever,
Right.
but like it was always a thing, and I loved that.
because
And
the family was together.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so now I do that, but my kids don't like movies like I do. So I remember my favorite year was when my granny was still alive, and I took her to go see Django Unchained
Okay.
on Christmas morning, and yeah, she was like, "Baby, this is a lot of." I was like, I know it's a lot of spice, Granny, but it's okay. Like, you've heard those words before. Don't act brand new. You lived in Long
Granny,
Beach,
you-
California.
you've
Like,
seen
you
some
better
shit
stop.
already.
Yeah, you better stop. So, but I love that, and it's always been a thing because it's not. I don't know. I don't think I ever grew up with like a traditional,
Mhm.
like we make cookies or
Right.
and
Right,
never
right.
had anything like that. So the movie thing though was always my thing.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
loved it. You want to know what movie it is this year?
What?
The Color Purple.
I
Oh, I just heard that they remade that. I just heard
I
that.
should have known. That's what a lot of people are doing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can, because as soon as you brought that up, I thought about like as I was a teenager, my friends and I might go to the movies on Christmas Day or something if they were in town or not with family and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is a good time to go to the movies.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. Back in the day, we definitely didn't have traditions because we wasn't a traditional kind of family,
Yeah.
kind
Correct.
of thing. But I think my sister and I would like the day before we would like snoop around and open the gifts and then like kind of rewrap it.
Damn,
Ah.
for real?
To see what you were getting.
To
Oof,
see some
good.
stuff. Sorry, sis. To see,
She did
that.
most
But
of it.
then as we got older, my mother-in-law like introduced this tradition of like us having all types of food the day before and then doing like a
Mhm.
grab bag thing, which I thought was very dope. Like
Yeah.
you get to pick a prize and all that. And so I carried that with my kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Mm-mm.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think it's interesting because, we all grew up very differently.
Mm-hmm.
But the one recurring theme is like we didn't have a ton of Christmas traditions either. We didn't do like the formal type stuff that you see in the movies or whatever, where they're
Right.
baking cookies.
I
or-
was waiting for you to say like we go caroling on our
No.
street.
Home Alone.
You ain't never
You went
heard
to
me
Paris.
say ain't nobody want me showing up at their door. Nobody wants that.
One time we went to
But like,
Paris.
but yeah, we really didn't have a lot of Christmas traditions. I know we did Christmas dinner, but I don't remember doing it consistently.
Okay.
We would obviously get up because Santa Claus came, and remember, I have 2 little kids, so we can't say anything about Santa.
Okay.
Santa would always come and hook it up. Like,
Yeah.
you better stop, first of
Yeah.
all.
So, we did that, but my parents also, because there were 4 of us, there were 4 kids, and if you go back to, was it the previous episode where we talk about the middle child?
The sibling.
Yeah.
The sibling
The
episode.
sibling trauma. So my parents had this funny tradition where they would forget to buy a present for one of the kids.
Boy.
What a tradition that was, where you're opening presents and then it's like, grandma, grandpa, how come everybody else has other what the fuck?
Oh.
That was my dilemma just last night. And I'm going to say this now because I am so fucking pissed. And just anybody out there, Christmas thing. And I don't know if it's just me that does it, but I'm a dipshit and I'm going to own it. I'll do all my shopping online or whatever while
Correct.
it's like on sale. It comes to the house, but I never open it to verify that it's in there.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm just going to let it stack because then that's a
Because
whole
if you
other.
open the box, though, the natural question, if they see the box is open, what's in there?
Yeah, so I just leave it stacked. So then yesterday, I'm supposed to wrap all the presents. And guess what? There's 2 pair of slippers that are missing. I have 3 children that want these Squishmallow slippers.
Oh, yep.
So one
I'll
came,
give you one of my kids' slippers.
one came for one of the twins, and Quincy and the other twin were left out. And I'm like, nope. Ryan got in the car with me. We went over there and tried to find them. And then we ended up finding some.
Okay.
Good.
But
Okay, because
That shit right
Yeah.
there, I can remember that feeling, and I am not with that program.
Yeah, you can't do
Well,
that.
No.
No.
So, and for those of you who are younger and have never heard of Pimp My Ride, let me tell you that when I was growing up, Amazon did not exist.
No.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to get something for Christmas or buy something for your kid, your ass had to go to the store and it was closed. If you realized on Christmas Eve, you were fucked.
Yep.
Oh, wait, though. No, I remember around my time, though, is when they had like the Toys R Us or JCPenney or
Correct.
Sears catalog.
KB
and you would be
KB Toys.
Oh, I
Yeah.
worked there. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
KB Toys just
Sure
got a little
did.
spicy.
Sure.
It
I
already
worked
was
there.
spicy though. That was like
Yeah,
that was
I
like
did.
the hood.
But now they
Yeah,
got
it was
blazing
like a
hot
toy store.
mocha.
I was in there hustling.
You want the
Looking for something for your little
Transformers?
I did.
sister?
Like, you want to tickle me, Elmo?
Actually, what she would say is, "You want to tickle me, Elmo?"
Yeah.
Slap me something.
Boy, not tickle me mocha. Boy.
See.
Blazing hot.
See? But yeah, you would circle all the shit that you wanted, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't
Right.
know if you always got it, but it was like, yeah,
Right.
pick it out. Pick it out.
Exactly. I used
Yeah.
to give them to like Hayden and Dylan, like the Target ones. Like, all right, let's see what you guys got. And they'd be
Yeah.
like, crayons. I'm like, man, this is the time to like really do
Go
some
for
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
okay. Yeah. And it's just that the younger three are different. Like
Yeah.
they don't really ask for much.
Yeah,
like, ever.
yeah.
But it's just funny.
Yeah, but yeah, growing up, we didn't have a ton of Christmas traditions. We went to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day Mass, which that was like 16 hours of life that I could never get back every year.
Well, 16 hours of mass?
No. They were probably about an hour or two, but
Oh.
it felt like 16
I
hours.
was like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But
Catholic.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. That's how we ended up. My parents ended up with 4 kids. They were Catholic. But other than that, we really didn't have a ton because
Yeah.
we grew up in the Midwest. Most of my parents' family was on the East Coast, so we kind of grew up isolated. There was the one Christmas we went out to the East Coast for Christmas. That was a long ass road trip.
You guys are this road trip, man.
Yeah.
The
And I think
Griswolds. The
Man,
Griswolds
yes,
right
I
there.
swear.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I
that one was
swear.
like the We're like in
swear.
Indianapolis somewhere, lost in the hood
Oh,
in
God.
the early morning hours, and it's like, are we getting directions? Are we getting shot?
The
But
way
other
y'all
than
be
that,
on
we
the
really didn't
road.
grow up. We didn't have like family around, so it was always just kind of us
Okay.
and everything. And so I don't really remember a ton of holiday traditions that we had.
I just thought about one
Okay, go ahead.
because I was thinking about a question. I was thinking about a question for us that I wanted to know what was like. Can you remember your first or your best favorite like gift that you got or toy or whatever? But then I
Yeah.
do remember a tradition because it goes with that is that my mom would always buy me and my sister the holiday edition Barbie
Okay.
every freaking year.
Oh.
And every year I was not allowed to open it.
Yeah, because those are
Really?
worth money.
Never allowed to open it. And now I'm the type of person like I'll get a collectible and I'll rip that box up
Yeah.
so fast, like make your head
Yeah.
spin. And it's very satisfying to
Okay.
do that. But at the same time, I can respect the value of it being
Yeah.
in its entirety. But man, I just wanted to like because they were so like, have you seen those?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you couldn't open it.
No.
Yeah, because they were collectors things.
Oh, well,
This
that
is not
sucks too,
you can't
though.
play with this one. And it's like,
And why the fuck you buy it for me?
Right.
oh, but she's really pretty.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite gift?
Oh man, I have to think on that because I've probably sustained about 9 concussions in my lifetime, and going back to that long-term memory may be a little bit difficult, but I don't know.
What about
I
you?
really don't know.
Maybe we'll get his
Well,
brain juices going.
I remember one Christmas though. I think I was like 14, 15, and it was just lit. Like my sister got all kind of Barbie stuff, like Barbie house, Barbie car, like everything she wanted.
Yeah.
And I got everything I wanted. Like I had like a Perry Ellis bubble coat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like I had like a Turkish link thick rope with like Mickey and Minnie on it. Like
Ugh.
I had a motion ring. Like I was like Yeah, like I was that girl that Christmas. I couldn't
Yeah.
wait. I was like, I can't wait to sit on these hoes when I go back to school.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
And you know I was in Catholic school, but I was like, they gonna see this coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not be
Not
able to
the
see the
Perry-
clothes,
not
but
the
yeah,
Perry
the
Ellis.
bubble coat. I think I got a
Bruh.
picture of me in it too, like with my chain on.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Actually, I think I thought of it. And it wasn't just a present for me. It was a present that we all got,
Oh, what was it?
the Nintendo.
Oh,
So, and I remember because we had wanted one because some of the other, like some other kids in the neighborhood had gotten one and we were like, this is the fucking greatest thing ever. And I don't remember exactly the circumstances leading up to it, but I vaguely remember prior to going on Christmas break, my dad, we had gotten my dad to rent a Nintendo. And for those of you who don't understand what I'm referencing, way back in the day before Netflix, there was this place called the Video Store, and you could rent game systems and all that stuff for a
Yep.
limited amount of time. And so that's what we did. And my dad, even at that time, has always been into like computers, video games, and all that stuff.
Okay.
And so he rented us a Nintendo, and it had like Zelda and Super Mario Brothers and all that stuff. And so there were, with the four of us, you know, we were occupying a lot of time on that over Christmas break because we weren't in school. And my dad was still in the military at the time, so he had to go to work.
Mm,
And so he was getting pissed because he didn't get a lot of time on that thing.
okay.
And that must have motivated him because Christmas morning woke up and there was a gift for all of us, and it was a Nintendo. It was The Legend of Zelda. And we got it.
You did.
And we got it. Yeah. And
Okay.
that was probably one of the gifts that I remember the most.
Yeah. My mom had a Nintendo. I didn't. Like that's, I'm just
Right.
going to leave it at that. She had one. I didn't.
Yeah.
Listen,
Really?
yeah. I'll say my favorite gift ever was, I don't know how old I was, but it was a Barbie Cabriolet, like the car, but it was like a different one. And the pieces were missing. And if you think that woman did not go all up and down San Bernardino to
Oh,
find
man.
the replacement the very next day,
Really?
she was pissed. And then I don't even know if we ended up getting it, but I just remember that stood out because I know that my sister got the Barbie Corvette and it had all its pieces. And I'm over here like, of course, I wanted to be different and I wanted to have something different and it's fucked up. So, but the second that will always stand out is when she bought me the Dog Pound CD
Okay.
for Christmas.
Oh.
And she was so
Shit.
strict with me about
She must didn't know.
she was strict as hell when it came to that music. Like I would know the words to Doggy Style, and she's like, "Who let you listen to that? Because if you're listening to it on the radio, I know it's beeped out." And it was my stepdad that had the cassette tape,
Oh,
and like whenever I drive
And for those of you that don't know what a cassette tape is,
let him know, Mark. Let him know.
it was this plastic little thing with audio tape in the middle that would play
right.
in this cassette tape player.
Yeah.
And often, if you played it too much, it would get all raveled up in there. And
Yeah. You
Then
gotta
you
take a
fuck.
pen and
Yeah.
rewind it back. Yeah.
So like she was always strict about that. But then she bought it for me, and she's like, "I better not hear you cussing like them," and blah blah blah.
I can see you now.
Oh, I know.
can see you
And
now.
then I'll say, when I was an adult, when I was working at the airport, I got to meet Daz Dillinger.
Damn, for real?
Yeah. Facts. I got a picture and
What?
everything. First of all,
Oh, come on.
First of all-
come on.
I go up there to the airport because I usually get my little like bagel, whatever. I go up there, I see him, I'm like, shit. Run downstairs, get my phone, come back up with my homegirl, like, listen, you're gonna take my picture with this guy, right? And I'm like, oh my God, Daz Dillinger. And he's like,
wow.
he looked at me and I was like, yo, you're the best fucking producer for the West Coast ever. And I said what I said, and he was like, oh, come here, girl.
What a moment.
Yeah. So
Right.
then,
Avery from Southwest.
look at, so then he's like, we're taking the picture, and then he's like, so how you doing? I'm like, "Boy."
you're like, too far, Daz.
I was like, listen, I can pull in Daz right now, but I was
Damn.
already married. But I was like, shit, the bitch done got it. Okay, go ahead and take this picture, Daz Dillinger. He said, oh, you from San Bernardino, girl? I was like, that 909.
I would have
So-
loved this.
Like, wait, I'm gonna send you guys the
So if you
picture.
would have known then what you know now, would you have leaned more into it?
Listen, I wouldn't have been married. I wouldn't have been married.
So, yeah.
I probably have dad still like blocked on my phone right now because I would have turned him out. So please.
If
For
you're
sure.
listening,
No,
you ain't got a
too
shot
late
now.
It's too late.
It's too late. Love you, Spoonie.
So one of the things being a therapist over the holidays is a lot of people are stressed about this time of year. And how do you guys cope with the stress of the holidays?
I don't get stressed. I think I used to. I don't. It is what it is. You know, I don't overextend because life is going to happen right after Christmas. You know, so it's not stopping. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I feel attacked with that question because I was in the parking lot yesterday melting down and crying because...
Which I did not know.
For sure. Because of
we
these
did.
fucking slippers that I had to go find. And then it was like that and this new project with work that starts December 1 with that contract. It's like everything, I just lost it. And I'm like, damn, like I didn't get to take any PTO off because all this stuff. And usually I got a grip just to burn at the end. But I have to eat it because I have to get this stuff done. Like, so
shit.
what balances out of like being able to do good shit for people, you sacrifice something else. And that's where I'm at. Like,
Mhm.
Okay.
I spread myself a little too thin. So yowza. But
Yeah.
so crying in the car with your husband just sitting there rubbing your back. Like, how can I help you?
I'm Daz Dillinger.
Yeah. What's up, baby?
Yeah, I know, right?
So I think for me, when I'm working with my clients, I try to let them know that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do everything perfectly. It's never going to be perfect. And I think probably the most special memories come from the imperfect holidays.
Mm-hmm.
You're not always going to be able to get the stuff you want to get for people. And it's not even really about the presents. It's more just about the thought that you were special enough that I felt I wanted to do something for you, even if it's not the perfect gift. And for those with kids, there's value in your kids not getting everything for Christmas that they want. And, you know, balancing out, making it special, but not going overboard. Because that'll alleviate a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm.
I stress about the holidays. Having kids definitely changes it because I'm one that, there's probably a subconscious need to compensate for being the kid that's like, oh, they forgot me again.
Right. Yeah.
Where
Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
I almost certainly go a little bit further than my wife would like when it's time because she's always like, don't buy a bunch of shit. And I'm like, no problem, baby. I ain't buying a bunch of shit. And then the Amazon packages start showing up and she's like, wow, what the fuck did you do?
See, yeah, and then you don't open them and then because you already know the static's coming. It's like, ugh.
But I do try to not get them all of the things on their list, but I try to limit it to the things I feel are most important for them and the things that are going to be most special. But it is a stressful time. And I do think the best way to cope with it is just let go of the expectations and do the best that you can.
It's one day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the other thing too. It's one day. And it might be different for me too, because my kid's birthday is like beginning of January. So that's another thing too, you know, but it's like, it's one day. I think I used to stress a lot. Now it's like, no, like I'm your mother shit all year, you know? So yes, you're going to get the stuff on your list, but I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to kill myself. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But no, Mark, the other thing you were saying about the gift and the thought that counts. Sometimes it's some bullshit. Because then it just made me think about a gift that I got. And I was pissed.
Okay.
It was my grandmother. God rest her soul. But I went over to my dad's side of the family for Christmas. Typically didn't do that, right? And I remember going over there and all my cousins was there and they had gifts. And I really believe I got the gift of like, bitch, we didn't know you were coming. Or we didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to know what I got?
So you got the panic
candle.
gift.
A pair of stockings. And I was young. I was like, why the fuck would I want some nylon stockings? Like that was the gift. Like literally, that was the gift, and I remember being so bad. I was like cussing my grandmother out my head. Like I was like, it is what it. I was hot. Like fuck her.
But
Like,
that is different because that's not really. That is more of the afterthought, not the actual thought.
oh yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Did anybody else get
They're out
some
there.
motherfucking nylon
Listen,
Wouldn't it be funny if Granny was?
pantyhose?
What?
Did I ask for pantyhose?
Wouldn't it be funny if Granny was a psychic? She goes, well, she's going to be blazing hot mocha down the road. Might as well get it started.
here you go. Premonition
Here you
time.
go, baby.
Next on stage.
Listen, you're saying this shit, but I'm turning this Christmas into like, I'm about to teach these kids that they're going to listen to what the F I say.
Yeah.
So ask me what I got them.
What?
Ask me. I got them body wash.
Yeah.
I got them toothpaste.
Oh,
I got
shit.
them a
Oh,
toothbrush.
shit.
I got
Right.
them a loofah. I got them some clean socks, underwear, little mini, other stuff for Quincy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all kids need to shower,
They got
brush your
books.
fucking teeth.
Oh shit.
The boys
Yeah.
got writing book. Like, I'm not playing any
Oh, you're
games.
not.
But that's the
with
thing
anybody.
is like a lot of times the gifts that we buy and the gifts that I will tend to favor are the gifts that have some educational purpose.
Yeah.
Like if my kids want instruments, do it.
Mhm.
You know, because they got to learn how to play them. They, you know, it's not a matter of you just get it and it sits.
Right.
Oh, you're playing.
Yeah.
They got, you know, and because there's value in that, but like the toy shit, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm good. The boys
Yeah.
just had their birthday was like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
did they?
damn.
yeah. And
Damn,
that was last year
already?
too that you
That's
got them a cake.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's wild. And I got them 2
Dang.
Star Wars cards and
Happy
they were more
birthday, boys.
excited about them
Right.
cards, the Star Wars cards, than they were like
Yeah.
the gift card that was inside of it. Like it was one that like sang. So one had the
Right.
Star Wars theme and the other one had like the Cantina theme.
Right.
And they just kept opening it like,
Mhm.
this is so cool. And I just remember thinking like,
Oh, that's so sweet.
picking those cards because like those were cards that like I never got or cards that
Mhm.
my parents would never buy me because it's like that's too much money and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You get to do that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I never bought my kids those kind of cards, but I bought those boys those
Yeah.
cards and they were so fucking happy.
I can't believe their birthday already.
I
Yeah.
know.
When they had the game last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time goes like that.
Right.
So, on that note, maybe it's time to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year from the professors.
That's right. What do we have? 2 more episodes in this season?
2 more episodes in the season, and then a planned hiatus,
Right.
you know, to kind of regroup. And feel free to send us any ideas for topics, anything to the professors podcast at yahoo.com. Quick shout out to Barry and at Bradshaw Construction for all his
Okay.
support.
Thank you.
To all our fans that have been listening, we appreciate all of you and we look forward to keep doing this. And there's some big things coming in the next year.
Always. And we got a dope logo. Let's not
Yeah.
bypass that. You
And-
see our new logo?
To let you guys know, I have started.
Oh shit. What?
I have a surprise for you that I can't show you yet, but I've started
What?
creating swag and getting an online store ready so people can just order it.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
T-shirts, thinking T-shirts, mugs, and
Ooh,
if there's
hoodies?
if there's any other swag you guys want to
All right.
know or would like to buy, just let us know. And I'm in the process of getting that all set up.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I don't know how you had the time, but you do it.
I don't.
He's like, a
but
bitch
I
got
will.
the time.
Yeah, yeah.
If I could have a
This your main
36-hour day,
job.
it would work. But to all of you guys from the professors, we ain't crazy, we're licensed. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy holiday, hoes.
Yeah. Samesies.
Yo. Drop your line.
I already like low key forgot it. It's been so.
It's literally been so.
Don't fuck with my money.
Your Christmas
Or-
money.
Push. Yeah, bring that Christmas money right here. And don't mess with my D. Ever mess with my D.
We out.
Peace.
Boom.